Wait while I transfer your call.
Clerk at Master's office.
Hi, I was just calling to see if you received a fax that I just sent.
What was it?
It was from it's for case 17-305-I. It was response for requests for sanctions and jury demand. Should have been 7.
You just sent them today?
Yeah, I got a confirmation from my fax that it went through, so I was just checking to see that you guys got it.
All right, let me see back to Elaine. Clerk's office.
Hi, I was calling to see if you, I sent a fax for my case, and I was just seeing if y'all received it.
Oh, okay. That's a waste of 2 phone calls. Hang on 1 second. Let me look. I'm right across from it. Hold on. What am I going to do with this fax? Fax to respond. Well, let me make that clear. I believe we can accept a fax.
You can or cannot?
We can't accept a fax. I think that you've got an order saying that you can't fax.
Yeah, but actually the order was, you still have to receive it. Like legally, you still have to accept it. And actually the order is flawed because within the current civil procedure, there's actually nothing that says that the court is permitted to block me from participating in a case, especially 7 months in. So all I'm asking is, did you receive the fax? Because I have a confirmation on my end saying that you did. Hello? Hello?
I think you're going to have to mail this.
That's not my, with all due respect, like, I'm a defendant. I don't know your courtroom, but everyone acting shady does not help. I'm documenting everything. So people acting shady, have you ever, I'm sure you've worked at that court a long time. This is a civil case, and some of the civil cases regard thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. For the judge to attempt to block my participation over a $200 bill is very obviously absurd. And I think anyone who is involved in this, who participates, is just an accomplice to what's going on.
Well, there's nothing I can do past what when the chancellor puts down an order, I have to go by it.
Yeah, but that's,
I don't have any choice on that.
There's multiple chancellors, but there is one law. And I read the law, and I read the statute regarding fax filing, and there's nowhere in the law that says that I can't participate. So all I'm asking is, did you receive it? Not if she's going to include it, but did you receive it?
We can't receive something that's we're not allowed to.
Why are you?
So it doesn't, I'm just telling you, I've got an order that says I cannot receive a fax from you.
Okay, but I'm participating in a civil case, and there's nowhere.
I understand that completely. I know that you're a case in the court. What I'm saying is I have to do what my boss essentially tells me I have to do, which is I cannot accept this.
But even if it includes breaking the law?
I don't really see that difference, but that is what I'm saying is if she says there's an order down and I can't accept it, that's fine.
What I suggest happens is that you take it to the chancellor and say, hey, here is this gentleman participating.
She's not even going to look at it.
Well, that's corruption. I mean, that's just.
Can you not drop this in the mail?
I can, but there's been a situation where I've fax filed multiple motions that have simply been ignored. So I need documentation. For instance,
you could do certified mail. You could do certified mail.
Okay. I will.
That would get you a receipt back, and it would say that we.
Well, but also I need to have this. I'm trying to file this today because I want it heard on December 1st when the same motion that I'm responding to is going to be heard. So that's why.
Oh, you've got 2 weeks. I think you can put that in certified mail and get it here.
I have to set it for a motion 2 weeks prior, so it has to go in today, and I should not be disadvantaged just because the court wants to be unscrupulous.
Is a motion that you're filing?
It's a response.
Okay, a response is not set.
Okay, but the jury demand is. It's a motion requesting a jury. And what I'm trying to say is by having to do certified mail, however long it takes to get to you, that will put me in a disadvantaged spot, and that's absolutely unfair. Because
there's nothing I can do about an order that came down from the chancellor.
Okay, so basically if I pay that $200, you have to accept it right now, right?
I would guess. I don't really know. I don't know how that's going to work.
So, this is a courtroom. This is a court, and no one knows the rules. I'm not trying to be rude with you, but this is something that I've been involved in. There's a lot of shady things going on, and I understand that maybe Chancellor BONNYMAN is 99% of the time a decent person, but when her friend Douglas Fisher, who is, this is getting to the point where it's beyond a conflict and it's unlawful. Okay, and I have it documented. So what I strongly suggest is you tell me what needs to happen. Have you ever been involved in a case where 7 months into a case over $200 fax filing? Normally, court costs are settled at the end of a case, right?
Not lately.
Not lately?
No, we don't do too much settling up at the end of a case on things. They're usually done up front. That's why we have a way for paying for your case up front.
Okay, so then it was paid for up front. I'm the defendant. I did not initiate this case, and this could be a bogus case, right? So to block the defendant from participating 7 months in, does that sound appropriate to you?
It has happened before, yeah.
Well, there was slavery at one point too. So there's a lot of things that happen that doesn't necessarily make it a good thing. Okay, so you know what? I'm going to play ball. I'm going to pay the little $200, but I want that thing accepted today. Are you prepared to take my credit card?
We can't take credit cards over the phone.
So how do you take payment?
We either come in or mail in a check.
I'm out of state.
I can't. I have no control over this. You're talking to me about things over which I have no control.
I'm just saying, all of this is documented and recording, including this call, and I really strongly suggest saying, I was just working here. Every single person that was involved in this, just saying I was just working here does not make it right.
You need my name?
What is your name, Elaine?
Elaine Harper.
Okay.
I'm the motions clerk.
Yeah, that's great.
And I'm telling you, I've got an order that says I can't do that.
But what I'm asking you is how often has it happened where you've blocked a pro se litigant, a defendant, not someone who initiated the case, but someone who was just could have been pulled into a frivolous lawsuit? How often, 7 months into has that ever happened?
I'm not going through all of this. I'm telling you, I've got an order that says I can't.
Okay.
And the only choices you have is to pay what you owe or mail this in.
Okay.
One or the other. And both of them are going to necessitate mailing because we don't take credit cards over the phone.
So basically, I'm being put at a disadvantage arbitrarily. You realize that the timeliness of a case, like, there's certain
I
things
have
that
no
are
control. I have no control over this.
Yes, you are. You're the motion clerk. You can accept it.
I have no control over what the chancellor tells me to do.
The chancellor said, I read what she wrote. You still have to accept it. She might not take it under advisement, but you still have to accept it. Why don't you read the order again? That's the law. If I fax file something, you have to make a record of it. The chancellor can do whatever she wants. She doesn't have to look at it, but the law says that you have to accept it. I will actually pull up the statute for you right now.
You don't have to do that. I got it memorized. Okay, I'm not seeing anything in this order that says I have to accept anything.
But how about in the law? If you have it memorized, what does it say?
I'm saying this order right here is what I have to go by. It's my job.
Your job.
This is the order that
the law supersedes any.
I'm not going back and forth about this. This is what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to mail it, or you're going to have to send payment in.
I'm asking you a question. Does the law